Hi, welcome back to another tutorial in the series of logical reasoning lectures. Today we are going to discuss yet another way of tabulating data during the course of solving a problem. So let's go to the problem straight away. The question here talks about 6 students who play 6 different sports and belong to 6 different cities. The data is given in the form of 9 statements using which we would need to make a table that contains the names of the students and their respective sports and cities. My advice here for you would be to pause the video, read the problem carefully, and try to solve it yourself first. You may want to take a screenshot or a printout of the question and keep it handy while viewing the solution later. You can also download all these questions from our website. Let's proceed with the solution of the problem now. We first need to make a table with 6 rows and 3 columns. The first column would have the name of a student, the second would have the city he or she belongs to, and the third, the sport played by him or her. This time, for a change, we will not fill any column completely in the beginning and just start with the statements right away. As is recommended, we will first use those pieces of data which are given in the form of direct affirmative statements. So let's get going. Look at statement 4, which says that Aman is from Chandigarh. We can put it absolutely anywhere in the table. So let's just choose the first row only. Now, statement 6 says that the student from Bhopal plays hockey. Let's put this piece of data in the next row. Next is statement 7, which reads that Maria plays volleyball. We again can put it in the next vacant row and move forward. We will now use statement 8, which tells us that Deepika belongs to Delhi. So we put this in the next row. The next statement, that statement 9, says that the student from Kolkata plays badminton. Again, this can be easily adjusted in the next vacant row. So we are now done filling the table using the straightforward affirmative statements. The next step would be to use the negative statements and the more complicated ones. So let's start with that. Look at the 2 highlighted rows. We can say that since Mumbai hasn't appeared in the table as yet, it has to be fitted in one of these 2 rows only. But if we look at statement 2, we can infer that Mumbai cannot go with volleyball, and so it has to appear in the last row only. Now look at the vacant cell in the second column of the table, the one that has been highlighted. Since Pune is the only city left to be placed in the table, this cell has to be filled with Pune. Moving forward, look at the 3 rows that have been highlighted now. Can we say that Saurabh has to find a place in one of these 3 rows? Yes, of course, because Saurabh hasn't been filled in the table yet. Now if we use statement 3, which reads that Saurabh belongs to neither Mumbai nor Kolkata, we can easily conclude that Saurabh belongs to Bhopal only. Now look at these 2 rows that have been highlighted. Kevin has to be adjusted in one of these. But statement 1 says that Kevin is not from Kolkata, which means that Kevin has to be from Mumbai only. Look at the first column of the table now. There's just one vacant cell which has been highlighted. Since Joshua is the only person whose name is yet to appear in the table, this cell has to be filled with Joshua. Now let's use statement 8 once more. It tells us that Deepika plays neither cricket nor tennis. Since hockey, volleyball and badminton have already been filled in the table, we are left with just one sport that can be put in this vacant cell, that's football. We will use statement 5 now, which tells us that Kevin doesn't play tennis. And since we are now left with just 2 sports, tennis and cricket, Kevin must be the one who plays cricket. So let's fill this up accordingly and move to the last vacant cell of the table. It's the third column and the only sport left now is tennis. So tennis must occupy this cell, and with this we complete our table. In this last question, we used a different approach to tabulate the data in the beginning. Though you can use any of the methods I have discussed so far to start solving a question, I would recommend keeping yourself open while attempting a question and approach the problem with the technique that you think is going to work best in that particular situation. In fact, I would suggest applying all what you know in terms of methods and not restrict yourself to just one technique, as I would show you in some of the problems we discuss later. So keep practicing, hone your reasoning skills, and enjoy yourself cracking these beautiful problems. Take care.